Order filled. Order rejected. Stop filled. Order filled. Stop filled. Order filled. Order filled. Stop filled. Stop filled. Order filled. Order filled. Stop filled. order filled, stop filled, Order filled. Stop filled.
Hello, good morning, Welcome to another US Futures trading stream. I hope you have had something of this movement. I got a couple trades here. I'm sorry, I was focused on the trade here. I think there is still a chance here. This is a day to the downside. But what happened yesterday, I believe, has a lot to do with what is happening today. And I was here last night during this break. This big break here happened at noon, exactly at noon. I think that's at the European opening. And it was just wild. And the way how it break, I think based on news and what happened after that, it just, it has a huge short cover rally that followed, man, after that. And that, I believe, it can give us an idea what can happen today, right? There's these wide movements to the downside, now to the upside. It's just, we have to be very, very careful today. The downside movement last night happened really fast. The upside movement, the retracement, almost 80% of this retracement of this bar happened also really fast. Kind of like in the same way that it's happening now. I will see what happens now. I believe this is part of the rebalancing that's going on from yesterday, from this FOMC. It's still in progress. The market has looked below the 3 days range. Has looked below the 3 day range. 1, 2, 3. Look below. Kind of like went halfway to close the gap. Now it's back, not just back inside the 3 day range, but back inside yesterday's range. That's not a sign of a strong market. And one of the things that happened here, for example, where it was here, this overnight does not repair this high. Does not repair this high. This weakness in the upper side. Now same goes in Nasdaq here. This is extremely weak. What happened here during the overnight does not repair this. This low, this very questionable low, exactly the POC, has been taken care of. Market has traded way below that. Not just that, but has closed one gap. One gap now is closed. So there's something, right? There's something. Now let's see what happens if this market can get back inside value area and at least target. If this POC is reached, I think there's good odds to take care of these ones, and maybe even to make another all-time high today. But that would be thinking too much far ahead. Let's deal with what the market is giving us right now. It's a day to the downside. Okay, but this can be a look below and failure. There's an unfinished auction down here, which is why I got this one in the lower side. This gap is no more. The gap is down here. Now, that's the gap. Coming back inside previous day range, previous 3 day range, targets the opposite side. I was in both sides of the market, when the market was breaking. Shame on me because I went short, but for some reasons my account wasn't chosen in the platform. I had to close or reopen. But I guess I lost like 30 seconds there, maybe 1 minute, logging out or logging back in. But I still could grab something of this downside. And when the market came through this range back, first it took the high of the gap back, then, which is the 2 days in this case from Nasdaq, and back in here, that's when I got long here. Especially having, at the time this was going on here, this ES also was below the 6900, right? So it still had some room here. until this market at least takes the 6900 back. After that, I think it's a toss, right? It is a downside. It's a downside. It's early in the session. There's a lot of short-term trading going on right now. But these kind of markets that are out of balance can bring us some opportunities. When the market comes back into balance, you start to monitor. I start to monitor value now. I can very well call it a day. Coming into this market, the plan actually was, to stay out. Because what I saw was the market actually opening kind of like I saw this market coming right in here, right at the center of previous day range. But then we have this spike to the downside here. Okay, that's why I say okay. So this market may actually target a gap here. I was looking for downside continuation towards these weak levels, but the market just didn't care there. It seems now that the target can be this POC or even this one up here. Will we have a trending day today? Because what is coming from China, from Korea, is this huge quote unquote. President Trump always likes to do those kind of things, right? And I was thinking, right, this can be one of those dynamics in which you buy the rumor and sell the news, right? I am still thinking, I guess I have a bias now towards that thinking, that way of thinking. Maybe selling some rallies, but I don't know yet. I think there's a lot of imbalance here, a lot of rebalance that the market has to deal with now before the market settles and actually gives us something solid to look after. Has been really wild movement, Again, especially after. Look at how much the Nasdaq broke, 300 to 200 points, man. 200 points in like 2 minutes, something like that. This happened in that time, 5 minutes. It happened. I was watching this. Gosh, it happened really fast, right? It was virulent, but it was very choppy, right? It drops 10 points, come back up 5 points. It was crazy. And that also, after the earnings, you can see Google shooting to the moon, and the next thing you have Meta, you're just breaking hard below, right? We had Meta and Netflix, remember, kind of like looking to the downside maybe, and we have Apple today. And I think I don't know if I can say this, but I think that the days in which Apple could hold the market almost all by itself, I think are gone now. It looks like Nvidia is taking the place of Apple. Apple is lagging here. Apple is being left behind. So I would be very careful. I don't know if when trading Apple. Just look at this is something. This is unbelievable. I don't remember. But look at this, man. Look at this volume. Gosh, the market itself, or the overall market, New York Stock Exchange, don't have. It is just. Let me show you. How come? Let me bring that chart out. So I can have it here by the side by side, detached. All right, this is it. All right, this is the composite. Oh, this is the composite. How do I erase these things? Appearance, bar, downturn, cross, chop, non, preset, background, grid. I don't want to see in the grid here. Oh, appearance, equities, show standard. Oh, okay, I got that. I don't know how to erase these marks here. Maybe here. Options, studies. No. To cross. Well, okay, whatever. You have the idea. But look at this. Look at this volume in ES, man. This is the highest in the past 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days. Look at this huge volume in the first period. Again, what happened in the first period? We were talking about yesterday. There's huge volume coming in when the market is actually breaking, and then but so far it has not had continuation. There is just some big chunk of volume that comes into the ES, right? And the ES is a cash market, man. If you wanna position in one direction, either the upside, the downside, this is better than buying. You will find many different opinions in these regards, right? Thinking, one group of people playing or arguing that cash is better, buying stocks is better. Another ones will argue that buying the ES is better. I am in the second. I think the ES is better, right? If you are going to position, if you are going to look for a position, either long side or investment, I believe the ES is better than buying the stocks themselves. The divergence here now happens if I got the volume. This is the overall market. It's about the same, pretty much unchanged. But the difference is, this is, the thing is, we see this. I mean, I wasn't talking, but I put an arrow here. Oh, okay, look at that, man. Look at that. What the heck is going on here? Right? What the heck is going on? Now, if I want to see upside continuation, I will see this volume coming, this period, the current period coming maybe up here. All right, up here. This is twice, all the way up here. Let's see if that is what we have. look at where this market has stopped, and this is the thing about it is not, you know, when short-term traders are dominating a session, it is not hard to see, and that many times is misleading because it gives us a wrong, you know, it boosts our ego, and make us think, oh boy, I figured out the market, I know what's happening now. But markets don't repeat. The easy market is to read, the higher the odds that it is, but that what I am seeing, what we are seeing is just short-term trading. This one is also gone here. Look at where this, now the support that we had here before, now it's resistance. Look at where this market has stopped here, still has potential to the upside, but it's a day, you know, the main theme here is a day, it is a day to the downside. If I see this market going higher, you know, pushing higher and failing to move value inside this area, because we have 2 days range here, but this area here, basically nothing happened. You can see the saddle here, where the saddle is and where the saddle was the previous day. That is an unchanged market. Very hard to believe, right? After all the back and forth that we have seen, after all the movement we have seen here. Now this high, boy, I don't like that one. But let's see, man. Let's see. Look at Nasdaq, man. There's nothing, has nothing here. Nothing going down, nothing going up. Right? And now it's a market that is going to the upside. Look at that. This high, you know, what is the direction of this market? Directions to the upside. This one is also to the upside, but the day, right? The day is to the downside. I wonder where the hellback is this day. Where the heck are you? Where the heck are you, hellback? Show yourself. Where the heck are you? You got to be here somewhere. This is the thing about Nasdaq. It's so thin. Oh, here. Look at that. I never was going to. Uh-oh. Line. Alright, now we can minimize this. And let's check where this, you know, there's some selling that's happening here now. Look at where it is. Well, look at where this has a stop. You know, you can call it hard back, value area low. You know, so many things. The TPO value area low, hard back, volume profile value area low. Choose a poison. It's a mixed market. Huh? You got what's happening with the big with Max, man. ETFs, Max. What's happening with that? Oh, that's to the downside. indices. Wow, look at it. All them are gigantic. The Dow has a big short covering. Unbelievable, man. 300 points there in one period. Russell is an inside day. ES is a look below failure. Don't know. Nasdaq look below failure. I don't know. Just look at this high that's happened. This can, traders see this kind of highs as support, as resistance. Oh, this is a good high, right? Look at what happened here. Yesterday, we have this area and boom, the market break. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the next period is going to break. It's a simple thinking, right? It may seem like ridiculous, but that's sometimes traders are just so simple, man. Especially short-term trades. This could have been a good buy here, but look at it. I don't know. I got lost here. I don't know if this low was made after this high was made, and that's very important. Okay, this high is no good, coming exactly a half back from this day, and this low also no good because it's exactly half back of today. So after the initial push to close the gap, push to repel this low, now we have this market that has good odds that having some good chop again. Look at this low here. This low is not good. Look at the exact to the tick to the opening. The main thing from yesterday, what I'm carrying from yesterday, is the potential to the weakness that is. Remember, don't forget the terrible weakness that we have here in the lower side, all right? Remember that. But the market has to deal with current business first. We have this, and don't forget that this market is going higher. Yeah, we have the upside trend in the intraday time frame has ended today because this low, or yesterday, this low has been taken. Now we have a downside. That's a question, right? But I was watching AM here, right? Not just AM, but the fact that this market could have closed, right? Could have closed below below previous day range, which would have made the day an outside day to the downside, and it did not close as an outside day. 1, 2, it closed the distribution. It closed this distribution, which targets actually that one. So there are 2 signs of weakness there. Right? Got to be very careful now. Very, very careful now. And this is the thing, right, that happens to most of us when we trade, right? To begin with, I have these trades, right? Trading one direction of trades, but to grab the trade, right? I actually had to close a couple times for a loss. I have the idea, but it was just in developing. It didn't develop, right? A couple times. Let's see, for example, how come? Let's see. You have this period, right? The market is attempting to close, to take this low first, this low, repel the weakness that we have here, right? And then close the gap and may potentially targeting this one. And I got that one, But as soon as I got into the trade, remember I had that glitch on my platform. Right? As soon as I get back or I got the position, the market just ran against me. And I'm not going to wait, man, because this thing can go all the way back up here, and I had to close for a loss. I did. Right? The second time, also, I have to close for a loss. The third time is when I got something. When I got something back. But this is the thing, right? You know, two things from this. First, losses are normal. We need to learn to lose, right? We need to learn to love our losses. We need to accept losses as important part of this business. It's key to this business. Right? The second thing is the fact that we have a winning trade, right? And overall we might be positive. It doesn't mean that we have figured out the market. Oh, I got this one. I got the market now. Yeah. And the next thing we find ourselves doing is just, trying to repeat the results. Do you hear that? Trying to repeat the results, and that is, it cannot be more wrong. You don't repeat results, never, ever. What we can repeat is the process. That is guaranteed. The only thing that is guaranteed that I can, the only thing that I have control of is the process. I can repeat the process over and over and over again. There is absolutely no guarantee whatsoever to repeat any kind of results. Having a hold, having a grasp of that idea can make the difference here in this business. It's not easy, and you struggle all the time. It never goes into the brain because we have our egos that got in the way, and the ego, we cannot suppress our egos. Egos is part of our selves. Just as is our brains, our hearts, our arms, hands, and all the organs in our body. The ego is also part of us. We need to learn to work. We need to learn to make our ego our ally. And be aware, be conscious when the ego is in control. When the ego is actually calling the shots. When that happens, if you can realize that's happening, the best thing that I can do, we can do, is just walk away, man. It doesn't matter what we are thinking. Well, I'm going to lose a lot of money, or I'm going to miss the opportunity, or I cannot leave. No, walk away. It's just the ego. The ego is a terrible, 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 terrible trader. It just gets in the way. And this is, I hear this many times. We must learn to get out of our way. Sometimes we are getting in the way of our success. I'm flat. I say that I don't have more trades. I explain why I couldn't see the future, but I have observed, right? I am always observed, and I think I may have an idea that comes out from the process, from a process. And I just decided to be flat because I thought that this can be it. Right? And that I will need to give the market more time to actually show its hand now. If if it is ever going to show its hand. Now I still have this idea. I have some sort of bias here that this can be something more related to the fact that the news are out. Most of them are out. The most important what happened in Korea, and the market just don't react into that. You know, this may look more like a buy the rumor, sell the news, right? That is something that I am thinking here. I'm going to close. I know what happened here. I'm going to close this. Let's save the chart book. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Anyway, I got too many windows open here. These two levels here are similar for both markets. It hold the same meaning here. You know, this is the range. Oh, look at, before I go over there, look at this, what we have here as well. You know, this inventory is being short here. Just remember this. It doesn't mean it has to be repaired. How many highs we have here, right? Look at this. 1, 2, 3 here, 4 from yesterday. And we have add to this, add what we have in the overnight. Right, that's settle, right? Selling from settle. But the seller has been sold many times. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 times, right? And then just sells down from this level. And that actually, this would be. I may have a different opinion. Of this, I'm checking Nasdaq, right? I may have a different opinion if this market would have been doing this, for example, and then it goes up here, you know, or somewhere really close, and then we have this movement here, right? This thing, and then what happens here? So that, in my opinion, could actually attract the market back towards this setup. I'm not so sure now, but there is tremendous weakness here, right? And that goes on pair with what we had below here, below this, you know, the structure that is holding the market. Let's see the ES. ES, the same thing, bro. Same thing here. Same thing here. Ellipse. Here, just a little bit above saddle. The same area. Same area. Okay. The weakness here, the unfinished action up here. Closing of the distributions yesterday. And the main thing, I think one of the themes, what has give us direction, that has give direction to this market is what the comments that Chairman Powell, in which he basically says that there is no warranty that is going to be another rate cut on December, because the market has already priced that, right? And as soon as that he spoke those words, the market the market just started to sell. We were having this FOMC. Where is it? We were having this FOMC. Not that much really. Just holding the range, very narrow range here. Holding this range. Actually, maybe looking at this upside here. Look at this upside here. Look at how fast this market is going. Really fast. And as soon as Chairman Powell said those words, the market just started to crash here. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know really what are the odds that we have something similar to what happened yesterday down the road in this market, because the context it was, I don't remember a week like this, right? That was actually super packed with scheduled news releases, potential news that can trigger some significant sell-off or some virulent short current rally or whatever, right? I haven't seen those kind of things, or this kind of week before. And also we have end of the week tomorrow, we have end of the month. Got to be very, absolutely very careful here. We have the volume that we're expecting. It looks to me, all right? It looks to me, but I guess let me speculate here. All right. This is the week. This is end of the week. This is also end of the month. All right. The last thing we have today is Apple, which I don't think. The big chunk that can bring volatility to the market was FOMC. The three big techs that we have yesterday, and those are out of the way now. The market has already priced those things. It seems to me that because of this volume, because of what I'm seeing here, because of this volume what I'm seeing here, this market is actually selling itself, hedging or whatever, for Friday. This is very, very unusual here. It's highly, highly unusual. Usually, you have this kind of movement in this day here, but this happening. It is happening one day previous to that, right? And this day, usually, if we have volume, and this day being really high, usually the days previous to these events, usually those are very low, compared to the other ones. Those are kind of like lower volume. It is weird, that I can say. I don't know what's going on. Huh? I actually never know what's going on, but especially today, I have no idea, man, what's going on here. I'll take a break here, unless you have any questions. Maternal lobe servants. Man, why would anybody buy viewers? I mean, what's the point, man? What's the point of that? You have a job. Somebody has a job that goes skipping channel up, stream after stream, looking for who doesn't have views, and I'm gonna sell you. I mean, that business model, man. We still have a day to the upside. My bad. We still have an auction to the upside in a day that is to the downside. If this day keeps accumulating inventory here, if this day keeps getting long, when the market is to the downside, what can happen? Now look at this. We have tremendous amount of inventory that is short. We have significant amount of inventory that is. It is only one period, right? Let's look at this. 7,000. I have 400,000 already. Look at that, man. Now this one, if keeps increasing, I mean, B is absolutely higher volume than yesterday's B. If this one keeps going, you got C here, we should have it up here. Let's see if this continues. One, 2 periods, 1, 2, 3 periods, and it is poised to be even higher than this day. Wow. But we never know. Until it's over, we never know. The ES, I mean, market overall, it's slightly higher. All right, I'll take a break here. I don't know. Well, let's see if you have any questions or comments. I will call it a day. And wish you guys a wonderful rest of the day. Stay safe. What is this? The heck? Do-do-do. Alright guys, have a wonderful rest of the day. Stay safe. See ya.